Now, Hluhluwe residents in northern KwaZulu-Natal will finally have clean running water. Water supply to the region has been irregular for years now, and that comes to an end today. This all thanks to the HCI Foundation. It's installed a solar-powered borehole, which will bring much-needed relief. eNCA's Lethiwe Mdluli has the very latest, and she joins me now to bring us some of this news to, of course, not just the rest of the country, but to the residents of Hluhluwe. Thank you so much, Lethiwe. I mean, this is good news to the residents, to the community, but I suppose the question is, I mean, what have been the impacts of this particular community, this village, not having adequate clean water?
Well, good morning, Tumelo. You know, a lot of communities in KwaZulu-Natal have been suffering from no water for a lot of years, and many of those areas are in rural areas, unfortunately. And today we are in Hluhluwe, and a lot of communities will be receiving clean water for the first time, and that's thanks to the HCI Foundation that has brought clean water to these communities. I just want to show you what is currently happening right now. The HCI Foundation has brought clean water to this community. I know that around 3,500 people will be receiving this, and they are now going to actually receive water from their taps, straight from their taps, because the borehole, the solar-powered boreholes that the foundation have installed, also comes with these taps installed in their homes. What you're seeing right now is the foundation just basically taking the residents through what is going to be happening today. And I want to bring in the CEO of the HCI Foundation, Jamala Safari. I want to speak to him about why they chose this community and what is going to happen moving forward. Mr. Safari, thank you so much for joining us at eNCA. You know, a lot of communities have been suffering with water scarcity for a really long time. Take us through what is happening here and what the foundation is currently doing for these communities.
Thank you. 4 or 5 years ago, the community of Hluhluwe approached us to say, well, they've got drought and their cattle are dying. They're struggling to actually keep themselves healthy because there is no clean water. So we started a project to provide them with, borehole. So we've put in a couple of currently, this is the second one that we're coming to open today, a solar-powered borehole, and that will give water to communities around a couple of villages here. Currently 3 villages, although we have earmarked 6 villages that will receive this technology and water. But here today, what we are coming to see is actually we are doing an official opening of a cooperative. And this cooperative, it will be the farming cooperative where there are 8 people who will benefit, and those 8 people will really be planting food here and help their communities actually to be food secure. This project, this particular project, you can see there is drip irrigation, and this drip irrigation is linked to the solar-powered borehole. So here you don't need to, go fetch water from the river anymore, but the solar-powered borehole provide water and provide energy or electricity, if I may put it that way, to this farm, and therefore they can produce food and be able to sell it to the community or give to the community. And what we're doing here, we have trained the community members here, and they are being mentored and supported by our partner Innovation Africa, so that they can be able actually to sustain this project, and going forward actually they can perhaps start making money by selling some of the produce to retail store around the communities here.
I know that it's over 3,500 people or residents in this community that are going to be receiving this clean water, which is great. I know that we'll be moving to another community where then you officially open the borehole. Take us through the significance of opening this borehole, and it's it's solar powered rather, and the significance behind that, because we are in a deep rural KwaZulu-Natal area. A lot of these areas don't even have electricity.
Just put it in the context of the country, where we are a country of maybe 56 million people, and we've got around 68% of our people living in your urban area, and the rest, 32%, actually live in your rural areas. And studies show that 19% of the people in the rural areas still do not access clean water. So we're talking about people who go fetch water from polluted rivers. When we came here for the first time to look at this project 4 years ago, well, we went to villages where people were competing with animals to get water from really dirty, polluted rivers. we went to visit people actually fetching water from dry, open sources. And imagine the level of maybe diseases that they were getting. And here we're talking about young children and women who have to wake up early morning, walking kilometers to go fetch water. And when you think about it, it's not just here, it's actually across the country in many villages. What we're doing is a small, perhaps step forward into the right direction to start really making sure communities can get water. And take water as an enabling power, because once people have got water, a lot of other things happen. And we're talking about attendance into classes, to school, because suddenly now children can go to school on time. They don't have to wake up 4 o'clock to go fetch water. Women as well have got time actually to do other things. You know, the level of maybe waterborne diseases decreases. And currently we're doing a research as well to see the impact of this work. So we're working with University of KwaZulu-Natal to do proper research so that we can give people real evidence of the impact of just giving people clean water. What does that do to the whole socioeconomy of the community here? So really it's a great game changer for this community, and we love just to invite as many people, as many funders to really think about water. How can they help communities, rural communities all across the country? Because ultimately once you give people water, you give them life. Many things happen thereafter.
Just shortly, Mr. Safari, moving forward, because I know that you're going to be also visiting other villages and providing the service to them as well. What are your plans? So
our plan actually is just to look at the 6 villages that we have earmarked. So the last village will receive their solar-powered borehole next year. And after that, we'll look at another cluster village. So what we're trying to avoid is to do one project here, one project there. We're trying to look at a village, maybe 6 to 10 villages that will provide water. We're talking about plus minus 29 to maybe 40,000 people who receive water, and currently we're putting even in one school and one clinic, to really for the impact to be felt throughout the community. So after this, really we'll have to look at another cluster of villages that will receive water.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well, Tumelo, that is Jamala Safari, who is the CEO of the HCI Foundation, just basically taking us through some of the plans that they have for future. They are saying that this is not the last village where they're going to be providing the service to. There are other villages. They're going to be helping out over 40,000 people in this village with the service that they're providing. He is also sharing that it's very important for them to carry out these services, and also calling on other organizations to try and help out, because like I said, a lot of communities in rural KZN are still suffering from the shortage of water, not just in rural areas though, even in urban areas as well. We've seen so many communities going without water for about 2 weeks, but these communities, especially this one where we are, they've lived their whole lives without clean water, and this is the first time that they're going to be getting fresh clean water from their taps.
Yeah, definitely could see that commitment and determination from HCI Foundation, especially also seeing that they're using solar-powered boreholes to ensure that this is not a one-time thing, but also long-lasting, sustainable intervention for people out in KwaZulu-Natal who are in dire need of access to clean water. Well, thank you so much, Lethiwe, for bringing this story up to the fore. Once again, that call being made to other organizations, civil society, corporate companies, actually, individuals who can, to partner up with HCI Foundation to ensure that as many people who are in need of clean water do gain access of it.